But in any case, yeah, Kirsty Noem, the dog killer, is now the head of the Department of Homeland Security. Pete Hegseth is now the Secretary of Defense. Some very insane people in charge of this very insane administration. Okay? Elon spoke at an AFD rally. Day 5 of the Burger Reich has begun. Fantastic stuff. Let's talk about Senate. Confirms Pete Hegseth as Defense
President Trump's
Secretary.
most controversial cabinet picks has been confirmed. Vice President J.D. Vance had to cast a tie-breaking vote to make Pete Hegseth the nation's newest defense secretary. Hegseth's nomination had been clouded by allegations of sexual misconduct and alcohol abuse. His confirmation comes as the president continues to implement his administration's agenda. Late Friday night, he reportedly dismissed the internal watchdogs of at least a dozen government agencies, including the Pentagon, State Department, and Department of Veterans Affairs. He signed executive orders restricting government funding for most abortions, and the Office of Personnel Management ordered agencies to end all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and roles within 60 days. Today, the president is hosting a rally in Las Vegas. Willie James Inman has been traveling with the president and joins us now. Willie, good morning.
Can you be a successful politician in 2025 if you haven't sexually abused someone? No, it seems like it's a precursor. We went from it's a boys club to like, it's not just a boys club, it's a bad boys club. Like you literally have to do something that's like kind of bad. Like at minimum, like maybe you ran over someone's dog, okay? And even if you did it unintentionally, you have to own it as though you did it intentionally so that people will know you got the bad guy credit, okay? Yeah, hey, in Kirsty Noem's situation, killed your own dog deliberately and threw your puppy's body into a construction pit as you stared down the laborers. Dodged taxes for a few years as a bartender, is that enough clout? No, that Trump also is making that legal, dude. What are you talking about? Not only is that not enough, Trump is about to make it legal for you, so it doesn't even matter.
Dana, good morning to you. President Trump's pick to lead the Pentagon has been confirmed by the U.S. Senate, and this comes as the U.S. military begins assisting with deportation flights of undocumented migrants.
In a late Friday night vote, the U.S. Senate confirmed Pete Hegseth as the nation's next Secretary of Defense.
The yeas are 50 and the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the nomination is confirmed.
Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote after 3 Republicans, including former Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, sided with Democrats in opposition to Hegseth's nomination.
Is Pete Hegseth truly the best we have to offer? I do not believe so.
President Trump celebrated the news while traveling out west.
I just heard that we won. Winning is what matters, right?
Hegseth lost support following allegations that he mismanaged funds at veterans groups, claims of alcohol abuse, and sexual misconduct. He denies all the claims against him.
I have failed in things in my life, and thankfully I'm redeemed by my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Did you ever engage in any acts of physical violence against any of your wives? Senator, absolutely not.
The former Fox News host and Army veteran will now have the task of leading the massive Department of Defense, which is now assisting with deportations of undocumented immigrants. This video, exclusively obtained by CBS News, shows Guatemalan migrants being led onto a military jet. The U.S. military carried out 2 repatriation flights to Guatemala, while some 1,500 active-duty troops have been deployed to help secure the U.S. southern border. On Friday, immigration officials say they arrested 593 undocumented migrants. During the Biden administration, daily arrests were 312 per day on average. Of the individuals detained, 373 were alleged to have criminal records.
Deportation's going very well. We're getting the bad, hard criminals out.
Some local leaders have pushed back on the Trump administration's tactics, including a raid on a business in Newark, New Jersey, where multiple people were taken into custody.
We can't just let this happen and not say anything.
President, the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, is also set for a confirmation vote by the U.S. Senate this morning. Meanwhile, a third military deportation flight was set to take place this week. That flight never took off because the Mexican government denied clearance for the flight to land. Michelle?
Willie James, thank you.
On Capitol Hill. So, Julia, welcome. Kristi Noem confirmed for Homeland Security Secretary just a short time ago after that really close call for Pete Hegseth as Defense Secretary last night. So what's the general reaction and what's next?
Yeah, Alex, we are already having a Senate Saturday with lawmakers coming in today to secure that nomination, confirmation vote for Kristi Noem for DHS Secretary. But as you mentioned, the senators were here late last night confirming Pete Hegseth, which was the second time in history that there had to be a tie-breaking vote from the VP for a cabinet-level nominee. The only other time that happened was Vice President Pence for Betsy DeVos for Education Secretary. And so it was a really contentious situation for a while there. And Senator Schumer, the leader, came to the floor earlier today to express his reaction to the confirmation of Hegseth. Take a listen.
Last night, Senate Republicans entrusted the most powerful military in the world to someone with no experience, terrible judgment, and serious flaws of character. This is a deeply troubling moment. I hope, for the sake of our troops and the good of our country, that he can eventually grow into the job. Senate Democrats will insist on vigorous oversight of the Defense Department.
Now, a surprising no vote that led to that tiebreaker was from Senator Mitch McConnell, who released a statement about his no vote, saying in part, effective management of the Defense Department's a daily test with staggering consequences for the security of the American people and our global interests. Mr. Hegseth has failed as yet to demonstrate that he will pass this test. But as he assumes office, the consequences of failure are as high as they have ever been. And so today, you saw some aisle crossing for the votes here with some Democratic senators on board for Kristi Noem's nomination, including some from.
All right, I brought the jacket. I got a couple things I want to show you guys once this Kristi Noem bit is over.
Purple states like New Hampshire's Senators Hasan and Shaheen and Michigan Senators Slotkin and Peters. So that was a bipartisan vote to confirm Kristi Noem. Senator Tim Kaine telling us that he typically allows presidents to appoint their cabinets without interference unless they fail the qualification or character test. And so as we move ahead, procedural vote also happens.
Look, first of all, we went to Don Quixote yesterday and we got hella Japanese socks. I think these are supposed to be tabbies. And I hope that I wasn't duped and they actually are tabbies because I want to wear them with my tabby Margielas. And no, they're not. Okay. Well, that's the first L of the day. They don't have long tabbies, which is weird. But I'm gonna put these on right now anyway because my socks got process. Were you drunk? What do you mean? When? No, I wasn't. I didn't drink yesterday. Day 2 of me begging for a Kaya FaceTime. It's not going to happen right now, chatter. Fix up the exposure, big dog. I know, man. I know. I'm going to fix it by turning off the background. Okay? It's over. As beautiful as the Japanese skyline is, unfortunately, I get too blown out the moment that around this time of the day, we have to turn off the background view because there's just nothing I can do. Look at the reflection of the Tokyo Tower right behind me too, bouncing off the building. Yes, it is the Tokyo Tower. Bro, who cares? We don't need to see you. Leave it. Yeah, it's going to get worse in a second. So there's just like no way to combat the yeah, there's just no way. There's literally no way to combat the light. Maybe if I put it this side. No, All you need is a mirror for the light to bounce off and into your face. Yeah, but I don't have a mirror here. So, like, maybe I can use this. But then, see, when there's too much light that bounces off, then it also blows out the background. Ask the front desk. I'm not going to ask the front desk for a freaking crazy morning coffee time. On my 4th cup of coffee already. I just live off of coffee, black coffee out here. Get a key light. Yeah, you guys are ridiculous. You can sit the other way. Dog, the problem is if I sit the other way, then I can't show you the background. I want to show you the... Okay. We do this every morning. Every morning we do this, and chat gets this way every morning, and it's very strange. I don't know why every morning we do this. Maybe if I wear the white shirt, it'll be better. Let's see. Is it a little bit better? Nope. Still dark. I mean, there's only so much you can do in terms of just the full-blown sunlight coming in and being backlit. Brother, just ask Marsh to stop at a camera shop and get an ND filter. Family Mart would have one too. I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like that didn't do much, but it's a little bit better. Didn't you just stop streaming? How long are you sleeping? I don't know how long I sleep, but I think it's enough. Anyway, ND filter would just make your face darker. Your only practical solution is more light in the room or closing the blinds. I know. And eventually I will. When the sun gets too much, I will in a little bit. Who's on your wanted poster? Joy Boy. I think maybe moving the curtains to the other side of the window may help, though it might block some of the view you were trying to keep in frame. What? No. Okay. Get at least 7 hours or you're cognitively drunk. I definitely have not been doing 7 hours of sleep. I will tell you right now. And I don't know how long I can maintain it. I don't know how long I can maintain not doing 7 hours of sleep, but so far I've just been running on how excited I am for being in Japan. And we'll see. But yeah, I try to do, I'm definitely not placing a lot of emphasis on recovery. And one of the problems also is that I am what was I going to say? Oh, my lower back is experiencing pain as well because like I said, if I walk too much, which I've been walking a lot, and if I and if I stand too much, my back hurts. My lower back hurts. Going to the gym and being a leftist is a severe mental inconsistency. Doesn't seem like it. Does this look like a severe mental inconsistency to you? Or does it feel like you have designed a world in your vision where you think someone can't maintain leftist values and also get swole? These two things are not at odds with one another. It's also funny to think when the largest political content creator on this platform is fucking Asmongold. Yeah, you're right. It looks extremely average at a second look. You're right. I look extremely average. Thank you. Bro said being a leftist and going to the gym is a severe inconsistency. This is literally the largest political commentator on the platform.
I mean, it's a huge risk, and
he's right wing. Like what are you talking about? Like, to each their own. You know what I mean? Hasan is such a big boy. He got to lift 180 for 1 rep this week. Okay, man. Bro, this is cute. Are you implying that I am not, are you saying that I'm not a particularly strong person? Is that what you're saying? And that I look average? Is that, you're right. No, you're right, man. Listen. It's all a journey, you know? It's all a journey. One day I will be strong, I hope. One day. Yeah. As you can see, I just look very tiny. Oh, speaking of which, I posted on my Instagram and also on my Twitter. Now that this chatter brought up how weak I am, you know, this is probably a good opportunity to show that. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but we posted up. So yeah, this was a cool photo as well from the protest that I went to. And this is from the ramen place I went to. Japan is so, I love that you're so fragile that you needed to prove to yourself to a Twitch chatter. I like that you imply that you understand that you're a pathetic person in this situation. Like, you're like, dude, Twitch streamer, you're making a mockery of me when in fact I've actually made a mockery of myself at this point. But you're also dunking on me, which means you're actually weak. Like, why would you come into the conversation with the open recognition that you're like a pathetic worm whose existence is nothing? You know what I mean? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think you're worthless chatter. I think you're worth something. I think your worth is a lot more than just simply a lot of mental gymnastics, but all right, bud. Yeah. See, it's sad that you try to remind people of your existence by going into the Twitch chat of a person that you don't like. You know? I am pathetic. What? I'm pathetic and weak. I'm asking for advice. I am no better than dog food. Show us the jacket on. I will. These tags are for we went to Ichiran Ramen. These tags are for if you don't want to communicate with anybody. It's kind of funny. Ichiran Ramen is like the most it's the most like ADA pro autism place I've ever been to as a eatery, as an establishment. And it's not just because of the it's noisy tag, but they literally have little tags that you can ring the bell and like give to the person. And it's like Ichiran Ramen is basically like a shameful experience almost, where like they sit you down and you just like sit in this like little tiny booth and you just like slurp up your ramen by yourself if you want to. But yeah, they have communication cards. I gifted you 10 subs. Please shout me out. I'm sad. Baylor rules. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I don't even see it. I don't even know. Oh yeah, you did 6 minutes ago. I apologize. Did y'all hit up the rest of that respond to the will with the company that he's the champion is a leftist? Oh, the company that he's with, the champion is a leftist? Yeah, dude, Japanese politics are fantastic. I mean, it's just really fascinating. Really, really fascinating. It's just so insane. Most politics are insane. But yeah, I know the Electronic Intifada's executive director, Ali Abunimah, was arrested by the Swiss police ahead of a speaking event in Zurich on this Saturday afternoon. I'll talk about that as well. Anyway, what are the odds you go to a hostess bar? The odds are not, I mean, the odds that we go to a hostess bar aside, the odds that I work at a maid cafe is very high. That's why I bought the maid cafe outfit. We're going to see if it fits me. But in any case, yeah, Kirsty Noem, the dog killer, is now the head of the Department of Homeland Security. Pete Hegseth is now the Secretary of Defense. Some very insane people in charge of this very insane administration. Okay? Elon spoke at an AFD rally. Day 5 of the Burger Reich has begun. Fantastic stuff.